did I just buy? What's up, fellow riders, and welcome to another episode of Riding with Estie. Today, I'm going to show you guys a stupid choice that I probably made on purchasing a motorcycle on Amazon. Now, this motorcycle I've done tons of research, months of reading forums and watching YouTube videos, and I think I've found that this bike for $2,400 seems pretty reasonable, actually. There's a few people online actually that have owned this bike from 30,000 to 80,000 miles and love it. There's a channel called Bikes and Beards that actually did a torture test on this motorcycle and put it through some pretty strenuous things, and it survived even that. So I said, why not? With shipping and everything, it ended up being like $2,600, but it's here. If I stop making this purchase, then so be it. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up anyways and see how it goes.
Remove the packaging.
Q-tip. What are you doing, Ellie? Huh? Hanging out with Pops? I love you. I love you. How you doing? How are you? How you doing? How you doing? I'm not gonna lie, I kinda like the way this is looking right now. Alright, so this is what it looks like so far. We took most of the metal cage off of this bike, and they got some boxes underneath here. We're gonna see what's inside these boxes right now. And this looks to be the back seat. Cool. These are actually mirrors. Hey! On to the next one. This is, I'm pretty sure, the radiator fluid, your handy dandy tools. This is a Lifan new energy battery. And you gotta dump all this acid or whatever battery fluid in there. And I'm not a fan of these. I prefer lithium. I might change this out with lithium, but we're gonna use this to start off the bike, and then probably buy a different battery later. And the owner's manual. It looks like we have here some installation instructions. American Lifan. And I'm gonna be saying Lifan because I believe that motorcycles provide life. So we're gonna stick to Lifan. All right, let's read these instructions. I'm sure you guys will love it. Take off bike from box and find accessory case in box. Adding battery liquid and use fist time after 30 minutes. Fix front winker. Fix rear view mirror. I want you to fix the rear view mirror, space, by socket, space, head, wrench. So once again, fantastic Chinese instructions. Fix handlebar. Fix handlebar, space, comma, much dowel pin and hole. We're gonna fix the rear winker by spanner 16. All right, the next page, fix battery. So take off left side cover, space, comma, put battery in battery box, space, comma, must correct link power line. It also comes with a QP200-10P packing list. So this is everything that should be inside of the package. One, QP200-10P, which is what I think is the KPR 200 or what everybody else in America is calling this bike. Key, it should be 2 keys. They were indeed already in the ignition. Once you open the bike up, you'll find the 2 keys already in the ignition of the motorcycle. The owner's manual, which we have shown you. The parking list. What the f is a parking list? Oh, ha! I'm gonna assume they meant packing list. Let's see, tools, battery, we had the battery, anti-freezing solution, which is just the coolant for the radiator right here, the rear seat, rear view mirrors. Let's read these, let's notice here, and then we'll move on. Notice, 1 dot. The company has continuously, I'm pretty sure they spelled continuously wrong, the company has continuously to the rights of the continuous improvement of products. If the packing list does not accord with real, comma space, in kind prevail. Good stuff. All parts in the accessory kit box on the tail of the vehicle parking.
Assemble the motorcycle.
Jesus almighty, this thing's sticking out like a frickin' 40-year-old virgin.
Okay, that was good.
And it would go in this way. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Don't mind me as I investigate here.
Three hours later.
Okay, so yeah, it just kind of snaps on. Kind of like these grips, they're pretty comfy. Throttle seems okay. All right, so in terms of assembling this bike, you really just got to put on the mirrors, the handlebars, the signals, rear and front, the rear seat. That's about it. All right, there it is. The bike is off. I think it looks freaking nice. $2,400 bike.
Install the battery.
All right, as you can see, the battery is in. You don't want to unscrew those two bolts, or maybe just one. I just unscrewed this one, lifted it over, put the battery in. This little bottom piece is like a little boat that comes in the little mystery box. You put it inside that little black boat. That goes inside of there. You close it up, positive, negative cords as usual, and you're done.
Add radiator fluid.
All right, the battery is in. Now we're gonna put some radiator fluid here. You're gonna have to remove the seats for that.
Add fresh gasoline. Start the motorcycle.
This comes with these little no brand blank keys. I'm gonna put it in to the right. Here's the fuel pump. Now, in order to get, fuel gauge. Not many motorcycles have a fuel gauge. I only put 1 gallon in here. I believe this is a 4-gallon tank, so that's why it's not reading as full. But in order to get this bike to start the first time, you're gonna have to do this a few times. Get the fuel pump going a few times. Get some fuel to the engine. Okay, here goes nothing. Woo! We got a runner, folks. Woo!
Change the oil. Remove plastic wrap. Test ride the motorcycle.
Alright guys, let's take a quick ride here on the KPR 200 from Lifan, just to see what this thing can do. I did ride it around the neighborhood a little bit just to get a little feel for the shifting and all that. The throttle cable here was not 100% to my liking, so I had to adjust that slightly. But let's take it on the road, main road, see what happens. Oh. Got a little pep. It's got a little pep in its step for a 200cc bike. Seating position is a little aggressive. You know, you're forward like a sport motorcycle, but it's not the most aggressive seating I've seen. Now, if you listen really carefully, you've got this little robot sound when you downshift to first gear. So, you know, now I'm in third. Now watch this. I'm gonna shift down. You hear that? It's got this little robot whining noise. I don't know. That's probably like a thing it's supposed to do when it downshifts or something. I don't know. Kind of weird. Little robot sound. All right, here we go. One thing to note, this thing's telling me how fast I'm going in kilometers. Ooh, we got a gear shift light. So that's pretty cool. Telling me when to shift. It looks like it goes red every time it hits 9,000 RPMs. So according to this, I'm in fourth gear, going about 95 kilometers an hour. You know, I would not be surprised if this bike can rock a highway ride. This bike for a 200cc motorcycle can probably handle a highway ride. I'm pretty sure of it, the way that this thing feels. This little dash setup here in the front's actually not terrible. You know, you got a freaking fuel gauge. I don't have any motorcycle with a fuel gauge. I've never owned a motorcycle with a fuel gauge. All my motorcycles have come with those low fuel indicator lights, but never had an actual full-blown fuel gauge. It's like it's a car almost. Now, although the mirrors are kind of huge, they're not terrible for visibility. You can actually see okay with them. The brakes are You know, you should definitely give yourself some stopping distance if you plan on purchasing this motorcycle, just to stay on the safe side. Make sure, guys, that we're braking with both the front and rear brake, especially on this bike. It's got two big disc brakes, one in the front and in the back. This bike feels peppy. Oh man, don't hate on this China bike, guys. Now we're in fifth, just shifted up to fifth gear. 110 kilometers an hour. Okay. Okay. This thing's not bad, guys. For the price, the performance on this thing is not bad at all. Now, in terms of durability, I mean, we don't know yet. I got to put more mileage on this thing. I'm definitely going to do a should you buy video on this bike soon. Give you guys my full review after I've put in a few more miles on it. But all in all, I mean, like, I would not be surprised if someone told me this was like a Japanese beginner bike, like one of those 250s or something. The engine's rather quiet, which I kind of like. It's got a claimed 75 mile an hour top speed, but everyone on YouTube that I've seen with this bike has beat that top speed with the stock bike here, so. For those of you who think this is not a motorcycle, you would be wrong. Just because of the price, just because like I bought it on Amazon, this bike can do what a bike is supposed to do. It's got enough power to get ahead of traffic. It doesn't look hideous. There's actually a group or company, I don't know, they're called the KP Moto Club. They make exhausts and other parts specifically for this bike. So there's a group of people out there that actually live and die by this bike. I don't think I've even needed 6th gear this whole time. You know, the seat on this thing isn't half bad either. It's got some comfiness to it. It's definitely comfier than my WR or my Harley. It's comfier than both of those seats. It's got a little bit of plushness to it. I'm cool with that. Clutch feels pretty good on this bike. It's not too hard. I can easily clutch in and out, no problem. So yeah, guys, I'm pretty happy with this bike so far. I know it's a Chinese motorcycle. I know it's only 2,500 bucks. But man, this thing can handle more than you think. It does not perform like a $2,500 motorcycle. And I think it's because Lifan specializes in engines. That's what they do. I don't know if you guys know this, but this particular bike, this KPR 200 model, has actually won, I'm not sure what the stat number on it is, but has won a certain amount of championships in a certain type of motorcycle race. So this bike is actually tried and true in terms of performance. I'm sure with a few mods you can get this thing to do a lot for just 200 cc's. So far so good with the unboxing and the purchasing of this Lifan KPR 200. I am really excited to see what this thing can do, and I might even do a little project on this bike, something, you know, not too expensive, since it is a not too expensive motorcycle. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any of you ever ridden one of these little China bikes? What are your thoughts on it as a beginner bike? If you guys have any questions about this bike, go ahead and comment down below. Don't forget, guys, to check out my merch. Got some cool shirts there for my channel. If you guys take a picture of yourselves with the merch, send it to me. Social media, tag me, however you want to get it to me. I will go ahead and feature you in one of my videos. Thank you guys for watching. Stay sexy, and I'll see you on the next one.